I'm exhausted. I collapse onto the ground. I fall on my rear and try to keep my body up with my hands. My right hand finally lets go of my knife. Cold. I'm cold. The pain is numbed. It feels almost comfortable. My body is ripped with gain and bite marks and big marks. Well, there's no mistake that I'll probably die like this. Cheeky, Arcueid's voice. Run, you're getting targeted. Wait, by what? I thought that we actually destroyed Nero. Arcueid shouts as he dashes towards me. Huh? I stare up at the night sky as I sit. There, I see the white moon and the figure of a blue crow. Is that the last remnant of Nero then? The last entity inside him? As some kind of backup. In case his main body was destroyed, even though he doesn't really have a main body per se. I know it's a collective of beings, entities. It screams as it falls straight towards me. It drops down to pierce my brain with its sharp beak. I try and stand up to escape, but my body is at its limit. I try to stand and only end up collapsing on the ground. Because I fell on my back, I get a disturbingly clear view of the crow. It dives just like a bullet towards my face, and with the sound of slashed flesh, it dies right before my eyes. The blue crow was impaled by a flying nail, which looks like a large sword. It had to have come from somewhere above. I look up at the night sky. There is the white moon. And there's one dressed in black, priest-like garments. The figure stands on the street light and stares down at me, despite just being almost killed. I frequently think that those high-laced boots look really cool. The figure doesn't say anything. The emotionless eyes resemble the sharp moonlight. Resembles. The figure really resembles Senpai. My mind swims. Blue crow noises, probably. The crow's death cry. And I close my eyes quietly. I keep bleeding. That kinda looks like Chill Senpai indeed. I mean, you can look at the image that I use for every backdrop. I think it's fairly safe to assume that she's the same person. In my groggy state, I can hear Arcueid and someone else arguing. I cannot leave it to you. I will heal him. A horribly hostile voice. Don't do anything you shouldn't. This is mine, so it doesn't concern you. Arcueid sounds the same too. She sounds the same, but I wish she wouldn't selfishly make me her object. Yes, this certainly does not concern me right now. However, I do not think you can heal such wounds. All you can do is watch him die. Or do you intend on making this young man one of your subordinates? Arcueid Brunstead? Do you think I would do such a thing? I can hear more than hostility in their voices. There is so much tension. I expect another fight to the death to start. Then please be quiet. With those wounds, they cannot last long. I really hate you. You should just disappear before I kill you. I really hate you as well. You don't need to tell me anything. I plan on leaving once his wounds are healed. You yourself should disappear before I kill you. I can't stand seeing you around. Damn, they're really hostile. A conversation full of tension and hostility. My mind goes totally blank. But I guess they both see the the potential in Shiki, I guess. I mean, Arcueid said before that basically his killing intent was extremely great, that she did not doubt that he would be able to kill Nero, and obviously she was right. And I assume that Senpai has been watching us from the shadows. Yeah, it's hard. I feel something hard against my back, and it causes me to wake with a start. Arcueid? I look around. I'm in the park lying on the bench. I look at the park's clock, and it's past 1 in the morning. I guess it hasn't even been an hour since then. Arcueid looks at me wordlessly, or maybe it's more like a glare. Arcueid? She doesn't respond. I don't know why, but she seems really angry. There. For now, I stand up. Oh, my wound's healed. I was so bloody and cut up. But there isn't a single scar anywhere. There isn't any pain either. As if my fight with Nero was all a dream. But that was no dream. Then this must be... Arcueid, don't tell me you used another part of Nero's body again. No, unfortunately not. It would have been a quick fix, and you would have gotten stronger with it too. But since you killed Nero completely, we can no longer use his body. You know, trying to fix Shiki's body with parts of a vampire would almost seem like Shiki has to be a vampire as well in order to make that work, in order to make him compatible, maybe. And I know I've said in part 1 even that the name Shiki reminds me of the anime Shiki, which is about corpse demons. So I always found that a bit curious. Really? I guess she healed me in another way then. Oh, I really am back to normal. I don't feel pain or dizziness. Just how in the world did you do it, Arcueid? I don't know. I wasn't the one who healed you. He exclaims and looks away, displeased. It seems that that's the reason. But if she wasn't the one to heal me, then just who did? Ha! There was another person. Someone who helped me. That woman in black garments who resembled Senpai far too much. Arcueid, where is that person from before? Still looking displeased, she looks away and ignores me. Hey Arcueid, I'm asking you what happened to that person from before. I don't know. I didn't see anyone. She turns away and pretends not to know anything. Hey, you just said you weren't the one who helped me. If it wasn't you, then who else could have done it? Oh, enough already. I said I don't know. So I don't know. Oh, it seems she's taking it out on me. In the first place, why are you so interested in that person? Are you jealous? It doesn't have anything to do with you, right? Edie, there is something. It was dark. I couldn't really tell, but that person looked like someone I know. That's just a coincidence. Just forget about the person. If you talk about it again in front of me, I'll really get mad. And then quickly, she looks away. Why are you so angry? I should be the one getting angry. I just want to know who that person from before was. That's all. Fine, I got it. I won't ask anyone. Besides, our partnerships ends here anyway. Huh? Isn't it obvious? We defeated the vampire who did as he pleased in this town, so my responsibility is gone now. Why do I get the feeling that it's far from over? I have to get back home soon, or Agia will yell at me. I guess we're far past the point of getting yelled at. And I wouldn't be surprised if she somehow knows what we've been up to. I think it's about time to cut it off, Arcueid. Oh no. I really like her. And obviously we're going for her route first, so let's not cut it off. You're right. Now that you mention it, it's already this late too. Arcueid nods. Alright, I also nod in understanding. I nodded out of understanding, but there's still something lingering. As if I regret parting with her. That's ridiculous. She's a vampire. And I'm a normal human. I kinda doubt that you're a normal human at this point. Just to quickly reiterate my theory I've had for quite a while is that this supposed accident wasn't really an accident, but some kind of ritual to do something to Shiki, since it's fairly convenient that his memories are fake about it, and with the curfew at the household he's now in, there's definitely some kind of secret that's being hidden, so I really think he's some kind of weapon, some countermade against supernatural things. If I associate it with her anymore, something will happen that I can't take back. By Arcueid. No, don't go. Raising a hand, I step away. There were a lot of horrible things that happened, but this was pretty fun too. So, take care of yourself. Yeah, it is late, and you have to get back home. Good night. Till next time, Shiki. I think she just said something odd. I tried to say this is the last time, idiot, but I stopped myself. Well, there are a lot of problems, but she's quite an interesting person. She's also adorable as hell. I speak as if trying to convince myself, but it's the truth. Even if it's just once in a while, I feel like if by some chance we got to meet again, it wouldn't be a bad thing. As you noticed in my other series, I really have a difficult time handling goodbyes. Even this one, which is extremely early in the story, and even though I know that she has her own route and that's the first one we need to get, this still makes me tear up a bit. I returned to the mansion. It's about 2 in the morning. And there's not a single light on in the mansion. I have to sneak in. I climb over the fence and enter the garden. Fortunately, the door is open and I'm able to enter inside without waking anyone. And that's kind of convenient and also troublesome, which means enemies can sneak in too. Maybe Arcueid will sneak in one day. I get back to my room and take a deep breath. It's over. I truly feel all the events these past 3 days, all the strange things, are actually finished. Also, to get back to my theory quickly and briefly, like I said, I feel like Shiki is being made into some kind of weapon, and him being handed that knife as some kind of heirloom really supports that theory. Well then, time for bed. I sink my tired body into bed and fall asleep. Or at least, I intended to. I for one am glad that you're not falling asleep, since that would make this part kinda short. But I just can't sleep. My mind and body are tired, but I can't stop thinking about that figure and I can't sleep. It couldn't have been Senpai, but she resembles Senpai so much. I couldn't get a good look at her face, so I can't say for sure. So I think it's just my mistake. Tomorrow I will ask her at school. Yeah, that's right. I can see her at school anytime, so I'll ask her then. And then she can just say that wasn't me, and it will all be alright. Alright, that's what I will do. It's decided. Now then, if I just read a boring book, I'll probably fall asleep. Immortality. If those words are to be a grand reality, it would be one of the things which would define eternity. But in reality, nothing in existence has reached that level. For example, those vampires occasionally spoken of in legends are not immortal. After all, they are defective because they require stealing from others to exist. Furthermore, the fact that their supplemental parts have to be of the same species, in this case generally referring to humans, means that they are not versatile at all. They call themselves the transcendent race, but that's not evolution, it is degeneration. Isn't that one of the movies where the general populace is made up of vampires? Which would obviously create a huge problem for them. I would imagine that they would just die out at some point if the numbers become too great. That which cannot function independently in perpetuity cannot be called eternal. It is presumptuous to call something immortal if it depends on others to halt its aging. There already exists something close to perfection, which can function independently in perpetuity. It feeds on itself and multiplies. It has no such thing as a lifespan. Old cells become food as nutrients, and new cells are produced from it, such as a jellyfish. However, it is perpetual only because it has no intelligence. If having no intelligence is fine, then it is no different from gaining eternity by death. If you want to be eternal living as a human, it is impossible by the methods of immortality. Long years destroy the body and wear away flexibility of the mind. Immortality or eternity. I have no attachment to sustained immortality. Persistently maintaining individuality makes eternity unattainable. Instead of gaining immortality as a single human, I chose the infinity in which I continue to exist eternally. That image is kinda disturbing. I see certainly a different approach than I. However, with your method, will you not lose eternity at the extinction of the human race? A method always requires an unborn child, older than yourself. Yes, that is true. But if no other humans existed, I would not be able to confirm my own self. So, if humans become extinct, then continuing to live would be worthless. At that point, my immortality would end. I do not understand your theory. It is far from the thesis of eternity, serpent. No, it is eternity. When the time comes to perish, everything should perish. If observers cease to exist, then it means everything is unchanging. The eternity I embody is temporary until that time occurs. I cannot turn everything into nothingness. Therefore, I will continue living until that happens. Although, I have found yet another amusement. Is that why you called me? Yes, I will show you a mystic method which allows you to slightly shape what is inside of you. There is someone I wish for you to catch using this achievement. From the age of the gods, chaos